Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode, episode 250, the season finale from Season 1 from the realm of Vasten. My name's Fixxitt. Thanks so much for coming out and taking this little world tour of our Season 1 journey with me. So while I talk, I'm going to start riding because, man, this world is very large, and last world tour was quite long. I'd like this one to be, well, it's going to be longer because a lot of stuff has happened since then, but, yeah, we're going to attempt to get through this in a reasonable amount of time. So, this is the last world tour of Season 1. What does that mean? Just in case you haven't been keeping up. We're starting Season 2 in about a week, maybe 2 weeks, whenever 1.13 comes out, at least a pre-release or something. And it's going to be the same world. We're not resetting or anything like that. We're just going to a different area of the world. So, nothing much changes except for a different title, a different playlist, and we may be adding a few friends to the world. So, before I get any further, this is the hamlet, well, it's probably a village. This is the village of Tanis. It's a haunted, abandoned village. This was a procedure-generated village that we did. Well, we actually finished it last episode. So if you want to see a big tour of Tanis, it's really cool, in my opinion. Go check out the, episode 249. And it's a magical cabin, and this is where a mending villager is. I'm not going to go through it, again, because of time, and because I just covered this last episode. But in this cabin, mending villager, haunted village of Tanis, go check it out. It's really cool. I'm going to continue back now to spawn. This is just the only area that's north, so I wanted to catch it really right up front. So, we're Realm of Vasten. It started as a realm, is now migrated to a server, and basically, it's a very, very small private server that is essentially my idea of a single-player world. I played mod packs for a long time, and whenever I decided I wanted to go play vanilla, there's some reality. There's some reality of I don't have enough time with 2 kids and a job and all that stuff to do the amount of grind for the size of builds that I want to do in this world. I want a huge, interconnected world, all connected by roads. There's no nether travel allowed, and that's because of lore, and I'll get into that as we ride. But, oh, this is new. Oh, this is new. This is cool. Monk must have done this. Nice. Nice. Little abandoned area. I love that. That's brand new, actually. Nice job, Monk. So with the reality being that, you know, I can't remember who did this. This was an application project, which I'll get into in a few minutes. But to get into the realm, server realm, the world, there is a bit of an application process. The best thing to do is hit me on my Discord, but all we ask is I ask you to grab a world download, do a build that you would want to do in this world, write some lore behind it, because everything in this world is based on lore, and then talk to us on Discord. The realm is 18 plus and it's an adult only world, and that's just because we've had some kids who don't really understand the concept over the years on different servers and stuff. And yeah, this was a I wish I could remember who did this. I don't remember though offhand. That was an application project. So, yeah. So season 2 starting in about a week. This will be the final tour of this. Now, all the places in this that we've built so far run under the same house, and it's kind of a Game of Thrones theory. That's actually world spawn right there. This is the village of Traviel. We have 4 designations of size of areas. Hamlet is 1 to 10 people. A village is 10 to 100. A town is 100 to 1,000. And a city is more than 1,000. We basically do that by counting beds. That's kind of the idea. So without getting too much into it, this is, we started in a birch forest, and we try to use, as much as we can, we try to have people build out of what they would have. Here, this is a birch forest. This is our birch log texture. It is a custom texture pack that comes automatically on the server, so you don't have to worry about it. And I keep it updated all the time. So that's our big storage house from our spawn town. Nothing much to see there. And every town, village, everything, every kingdom, and we call all those kingdoms. Every area where a few people live is a kingdom. And that is the dock of Traviel, and everyone has a major export. Traviel's major export is wheat, so we planted a lot of wheat. You saw those wheat farms, and as we drive our horse north, we're gonna run into more wheat farms, and there are quite a few. There's some really nice builds here. Again, I'm kind of in a rush because I've shown Traviel so many times over the last 5 world tours. I do a world tour every 50 episodes. So that means a lot of building takes place between them. 50 episodes is a lot of building in a world. So there's always a lot of new stuff to see. So this is the road headed south. Basically, all the kingdoms that we built so far are under a house, and that's House Donau. Next season, all the new kingdoms that we build are going to be under another house, and that's going to be House Shannara, and then we'll just continue. Every season will be under a new house. Now, there can be many kingdoms under a house, but yes, they'll all be under a house, and everything is connected by the roads. By roads. The roads. The lore of the world. This is a nice hamlet. Monk built this. That was his, actually, sort of application. He was already on a long time ago, but I asked him to sort of do one officially. So, yeah, it's really nice. So, the lore of the land is, this world is at war with the Nether. We have religions and all that stuff worked out. We have a wiki that you can check out. It's in the description of this and every other video. And I have a Discord, which I mentioned already. Check out the Discord. It's the best place. I'm always there. So are my friends. Everyone else who builds. That's the best place to get in touch with us, is check out the wiki. So they're at war with the Nether. This is the Third Age, and all that history is explained. We've worked out a lot of it on live streams, just talking and stuff like that, and then we put it up on the wiki. So the Nether zombie pigmen attacked. There was a huge war. All the portals were broken at the end of the Second Age, which was thousands of years ago, thousands of years prior. And now in the Third Age, everything was fine. The world was generally at peace. And then the people of Travail back there, Spawn Town, broke into a nether portal room and ignited the portal like a bunch of noobs. When they ignited the portal, zombie pigmen rushed in, killed them, and harvested obsidian, allowing them to make new nether portals. So this is a little hamlet that we worked out. This is a glazed terracotta block, again with the texture pack. All of the specialized textures that we have are either concrete or glazed terracotta. And I'm going to get more into that in Season 2, because that's when we're going to have a lot of stuff. So I built this little hamlet because I wanted to have something on this. This is the hamlet of Lacris. And yeah, it's just a small little hamlet, like 5 buildings, maybe a potato farming community built by some ruins. And I thought that looked really good. Oh, look, I've changed the texture. That shouldn't be that texture, because we're getting ready for 113. So that should be rope wrapped around a log. Just pretend like it is. It will be by the next video you see. Although that'll be in a new place, in a new season. We're going really far to the west, about 25,000 blocks, and we're going to be building a lake town community. A town actually like on a bridge in the water. So yeah, anyway, and we have lore behind that. Basically, an Arbor Druid found a family that their father had been killed, and he stayed to help them, and they fell in love with the daughter, and he lived there and took their name and abandoned his Arbor Druid ways and all that kind of stuff. So, what else am I saying here? Oh yeah, so anyway, so the world is at war with the zombie pigmen, so you cannot travel through the Nether. You can't build in the Nether. That's our rule, or gentleman's agreement. You can't build in the Nether. Now, you can go in the Nether to harvest quartz. This is a 100% survival world. We do one thing in creative, and that's build forests. We build some using structure blocks. We will build occasional giant forests to fly in trees from the Arbor Druids, and that is all written into the lore. So it's all part of it. So this kind of stuff, I love this kind of stuff. Just alongside the road, little mine. We have recently retextured the wood, and it's taken some getting used to. It's quite different than what we had before. But this is Harrison's Garrison. It's a little garrison right here. It's just basically an abandoned, kind of beat up castle. And basically the reason why I built it is because we had this bridge going here, and then that bridge is up there. So I needed a way to get up there. So I just built this as basically an excuse to change elevations on the road. And I thought it was kind of cool. It's a nice looking thing. And what's cool, and I don't think that my render distance is far enough, but right over there is the end temple, and we'll head there. We'll head there maybe next. Let's go over to the end temple. I'm not going to be riding all the roads of this world because that would be a really long thing. We'll cut, but I figured I could talk a little bit. So we're going to the end temple. Let me hit religions. There are 3 religions in the world. There is Church of the End, Netherism, and the Church of Man. Church of Man we haven't really touched on quite yet. This is the Church of the End. This is the main end temple. So every town... Oh, geez, I knew that was going to happen. Do you see those guys? Well, that's going to be fun to deal with later. Maybe I can just pick them off. I don't even have armor on. I didn't realize. Yep, I sure can just pick them off. Picked off his horse. Okay. I'm going to take these guys out because next time I'm running through, I won't remember that there are helmeted. And I don't know. I don't think. I kind of feel like these guys don't despawn, actually. It's a lot easier than my normal way, which is run up with a sword and kill them, especially in water. That's not that much fun. Cool. Are we good? Okay. Anyway, every town can have any of those 3 churches in it. And we'll see them in a little bit. But if you take the leap of faith, it will magically teleport you up to the very top of this end temple, which is build height. That's 256 right up there. And let me show you. I'm going to actually jump into spectator so we can get a good look at this. And actually, I turned off daylight cycle. Clear. Let's just do that. And also game mode 3. Let's do this. Okay. I do have OP for this world tour, so we can move along. Normally, of course, we play straight survival and all this stuff. But this is the end temple, and I love it. I just love it. I love it so much. I just think it turned out great. It's a big structure, all built. I mean, we did this. A couple of us working together. And what's really cool about it is, so you get teleported. If you were to take the leap of faith from any church, you get teleported right up to here. And then you take this leap of faith. You know what? I'm just going to do this. This will be a little bit easier. You take this leap of faith. Let's see if I can peg this landing. Yes. And you come into this, which is kind of like an end floating thing. Yeah, we dug all this out by hand. It was not as much fun as you might think. This is this void block. There's a horse. This void block is our black wool. And I made it a custom texture just so we can have an actual void, like a lack of everything. And I did this because occasionally the end doesn't load, and when that happens, you die when you go in. So I put it in the water. It doesn't actually help as much as I had hoped, so that's something that I need to kind of work out. But while we're flying here, let's just check out some other things. So if you continue along this road here, you will get to Sandrascu. So Sandrascu is the prison city. Now we have all the houses, all the kingdoms that we've built so far are, here's one of this the custom forest I was talking about. This is a fir forest, so we sort of named it, and with the custom birch leaves, I think it really has a cool effect, kind of a changing color effect. So all the kingdoms that we built in this season are under House to now. And with the exception of a few independent kingdoms. Now, the idea is once we move on to Season 2, we won't come back to Season 1 houses, House to now houses. That'll be sort of off limits, except for the independent kingdoms. And that means they go through anyone. Basically, the independent kingdoms are our mob farms, or different farms, squid, ink farms, mob farms, that kind of stuff. So, this is our prison kingdom. This is also my streaming project. I've been working on that arena streaming. And this is the castle of Sandrascu, and I love it. This is one of my favorite towns. Obviously, there's a lot to go. This is our mob farm. So, the idea of this mob farm is I don't want to ever just have a platform in the sky of falling mobs in this world. You know, that takes me out of the immersion. What I want to do is I want to write a reason for it. So here's the reason for this. This is a prison town. All the different areas of the world throw their prisoners in here. And the prisoners are boated into this area and they're loaded off. And then they're brought over to in here where they are basically processed. They're given either jobs, which they're taken over there if they are, if they're able-bodied and all that kind of stuff. Or if they're not able-bodied, say they're old or sick or something like that. Again, this is a brutal prison. So if they're not able-bodied, then sadly, they are brought into this. They go up this tower, which there are stairs and all this stuff, but we'll skip ahead just a bit. This is the sad part. If they're not able-bodied or if they're political dissidents or any of that kind of stuff, then they're brought in here. They're thrown in cells. And, oh, this is really full. Maybe it'll just take a second here. Let's see. Hopefully it won't take very long. They're thrown in these cells. And every, say, 2.5 minutes, something like that, the water turns on and it pushes them out. Now, unfortunately, due to chunk loading on servers and stuff like that, sometimes the redstone gets a little bit messed up. Like that one dispenser is on. I don't know why that is. But yeah. So what happens is, oh, there it goes. Here they go. See you later. See you later, guys. And this, well, there's 3 floors of this. So You go down. There's 3 floors of jail cells, and this is our mob farm. And I really think it's cool. There you can see the mob farm working. There's all getting pushed down there. Occasionally they get trapped right in the corner, but it's a small enough loss that I don't really care. Plus, we have more mob drops than we'll probably just ever use. So if you go down here, then you can see the mobs drop down in here. And Captain Doey, who is sadly no longer with us, she has moved on to graduate school, and which I fully understand. That is a major time commitment. But yeah, she built us an automatic sorter system, which is amazing. How many people play on the realm? It's between me. It's between 1 and 3 to 4 regular players. I keep it very small. We may go up to 6 or 7 in season 2, but I don't expect many more than that. I should say, again, if you are 18 plus, and this seems like the kind of thing, like this world is never going anywhere. That's part of the idea of this world. Here's you can just see, here's our gunpowder stores. It's solid. We have enough for a long time, I think. Yeah, we're good. If this seems like the kind of thing that you would want, this world we're never going to reset. That's the whole thing. Here's the thing. I hate resets. Resets drive me insane because you spend all this time building something and then you reset to get a fresh start and it's gone. It's gone. I mean, you can have a world to download, but what are you going to play? You going to play that? No, you're not. The answer is no, you're not. So I hate resets and I want them to go away forever. So we're not going to reset this world. We're just going to keep on going. We'll just pick whenever we're done with one build, we're just going to a new build, a new place. This is a Church of the End. This is they all look different, but Church of the Ends are more of the Gothic style. And we're going to take this, actually, because I want to show you the leap of faith. And I want to go to Kalahol, the next town. So, this is what you do. Push the button, fall through lava, fall through water, and once it loads, boom, you are at the very top of the end temple. Now, how about this? Weather clear again. How about game rule? Do weather false. How about that? Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, so this is the the end temple. There is something that I kind of skipped because I went through it, but we just did this. This is a granite farm. It's very small, but we found a natural granite deposit. It was really large, and we decided to go ahead and do something about it. So Monk just built these stables, and you can see granite sitting around. This is our granite texture. So yes, just stables and a granite farm, and you would load granite onto boats and stuff like that and go in that way. So we're going to Kalahol, the second town that we built in this whole area. Kalahol is substantially bigger. Look at the sky colors and everything are so great. When you leave the swamp, watch the sky change. It goes from this like green, and JermseyBoy has really helped out with the textures a lot. A ton. He's actually helped a ton, both through helping me and through me just stealing his brilliantly done stuff. And then you come into another place and boom, you have a beautiful blue sky. It's just swamp. It gets all green and stuff like that. So this is the town of Kalahol. So I love this town. This is our second town. We have a bunch of lore behind this. This is Mayor Jansey was the mayor here. He was deposed, and in this town, this is our storage area. In this town, when you are deposed, you don't just get voted out of office. Sadly, you get murdered. So look at that automatic fountain. It's so beautiful. I love this town. This was our second town. We were not, maybe, let's say, the level of builders that we might be now, where I'm a lot more into the sort of random builds and stuff now. Randomized block palette, which I've incorporated some of that through edits. But you know, I want to leave it the way it is. I don't, because part of the beauty of this is a snapshot of our lives at the time. We're about 1.5 years into this world. This was started as a fire girl. A girl got onto the server and built this. I don't think that she really had watched the videos and understood what we're doing. She built a throne here. One of the gentleman's agreement rules that we have is once something's built in the town, we leave it in the world. We leave it there, but we can edit it. So we don't like just destroy it. But I didn't feel like it was a throne for me, like a throne for Fixxitt, which I'm not really like in the game. This isn't role playing. It's more of a world building thing. So what were we going to do? So we turned this into a tomb for Mayor Jansey and his family, sadly. And yeah, we expanded it to be a much larger tomb where It's kind of like mini catacombs. They just kind of go on. There's caskets and all that stuff in here. It's kind of dark. It's kind of dark, to be honest, but I love that it's based on lore, and I love that it has a reason. So super cool. All right, what else do we have? Well, we have yeah, this is kind of like a poorer district of this area. We have one of the newer builds. This church is actually quite old, but the graveyard around it is quite new. This was one of those projects that I started. I got the church done. I did the interior and stuff, and then I just left it, and I never did anything else with it. So I did the outside of it fairly recently. I really think it turned out nicely. This is another Church of the End. This is our first Church of the End, actually. So this is that. This is a custom forest that we did that it's super immersive, I think. I feel like these are we have like seven or eight custom oak trees, and yeah, it feels really good just walking through the area. Really like it. Let me see what else. This is a haunted forest because thieves live here. We do have a few little nooks and crannies where thieves live. Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, right down there. So if you were to look down in here, there's a little cave, and actually this cave goes the whole way underneath the walls, which is kind of cool. It's like a secret way to get into Kalahal, the town, and yeah, it worked really great. Just really great. This road will take you to the Drunken Sheep Winery, and then if you continue on it, it will go the entire way to Adgery, which is the Arbor Druids town. All right, so the Arbor Druids. There's actually a hamlet, a brand new hamlet that Swan NC and I did over the last just week or so. So that's new. So maybe we will just sort of walk/fly to get over there rather quickly. But let me change game mode 3. I can go a lot faster in this. So let's just go up here to the winery. This is the Drunken Sheep Winery. We tried to build a vineyard. I think it turned out okay. You know, it's cool looking, I think. I kind of wish it were bigger, to be honest. But this was, to shear this amount of leaves was a major project. I tried to mix in some different leaves to show different growth stages, maybe of the vines, something like that. I don't know how well that came off, but it's okay. So yeah, so this is the Drunken Sheep Winery, vineyard, little grape press sort of situation there. And it's cool. Lucifer and Luna, who are sadly, again, no longer really with us, built this little area. And then just very recently, I sort of finished their little aqueduct here. It didn't have support, so I just kind of finished it, made it broken, and made it look aged. One of the things that we're always really working hard in this world to do is to build aged things, stuff that makes the world look old. I want to say Monk did that little hamlet there. I don't even know if it has a name or lore. Hopefully it has lore. I'm not sure. And we just try to put interesting stuff along the road, so you don't ever go more than a few minutes without running into a hamlet, or a town or a castle or a statue or something. Who knows what? So this is a new hamlet. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a name yet. Swan's in charge of the name. When he gets it, I'll let you know. But as far as now, yet he has not come up with it, I don't think. And basically, it's a darkwood lumber mill. So this is where there's a water wheel. We did this I think we finished it yesterday, actually. So yeah, it's just really nice. Dark oak trees, you can see where they're harvest, little food, little stables, that kind of thing. I really like it. There's this little area. I love this kind of stuff. So if you go off the main road, you just see this little path, and you go down in here, and you find this. In memory of my loyal companion, Butt the dog. I love that kind of stuff, man. I didn't build that, so I think it's fantastic. Seeing that kind of stuff in the world makes me just happy. When you're just walking along and you see, oh wow, that's cool, that's interesting, something like that. Yeah. So the Arbor Druids, right? It is they used to be sort of a group of people. There's only people in this world too. There's not elves and dwarves and stuff. We have that written in the lore, and the lore is that there used to be elves and all that kind of stuff, but that was changed. They left town in a battle. The armies of man were supposed to back them up, and they didn't. The coward leader. So basically, the elves and the dwarves were slaughtered against the zombie pigmen in the Second Age. So they abandoned man to their own. Men eventually were losing the battle, but they figured out how to break the Nether portals and strand the zombie pigmen in the Nether for thousands of years, which So the zombie pigmen so the elves and the dwarves and the treants and any other magic race all have abandoned man. So the world's only man, but it used to be more. So that stuff will play a more important role in coming seasons. But for now, it's just man. So this is the world tree. This is where the Arbor Druids used to gain their magic from, the giant world tree. Well, the zombie pigmen in the war burned it down. After the war was over, the Arbor Druids had lost all their magic, but they had one world tree sapling. So the magic of the world tree is that basically the world used to have huge trees like this one, like those ones over there, like that tall one. But then since the trees have sort of begun shrinking and became these really crappy Minecraft procedurally generated trees. The Arbor Druids' mission is to go throughout the world and repopulate the world with these giant big trees of all different kinds. Now, this is also what we use our structure blocks with. So if you see, there's a structure block right here. So anytime you want, whenever you want to get one of these custom trees in the world, you can grab a structure block from here and you can put it down. You can fly in this tree. And we make other trees, and then you can fly in any of those trees, basically. So if you were to go in here, this is the Arbor Druids vault. And in fact, actually, the Arbor Druids, so there's 3 different sects of people here. They have Keepers, Seekers, and something else I can't remember. Keepers, Seekers, and I can't remember. You know what? I think I never made a way out of this. This is their vault anyway. This is where they live. They live down in here, and I can't remember the other sect. Oh, that's terrible. It's on the wiki. Look at the wiki. You'll see it. So this is still kind of a work in progress. This is one of the independent kingdoms. So we have access to this at any time. Anytime we want. We have access to this kingdom. So we have access to all of the trees. Because the Arbor Druids don't bow to any house. They go anywhere they want in order to repopulate the world with these huge trees. This is the world tree sapling, the new one that's growing, using these totems as magic, and that thing up there kind of cycles the magic. So again, it's all lore based, I mean, yeah, we wanted to fly in trees using structure blocks because of the realistic nature of building huge forests without them is not a realistic thing. These are eucalyptus trees coming to a forest soon. We haven't done it yet. But all these sweet eucalyptus trees. So we're going to have all these big forests. This is the fir trees that you already saw. So that's the Arbor Druids' mission. Keeper, Seeker, and Planter. Keeper, Seeker, and Planter. Yeah, so they have different sects, and they go out through the world, and they're signified by colors, and again, it's all in the lore. So we're going to head over. Actually, I'm going to head this direction. See if I can manage to not get lost. So this is the road. Now I'm heading the wrong way here, but I want to show this little hamlet, which is over here. This is a little cow farm. We needed a cow farm in this world. And so, oh wait, no, sorry, this is a sheep farm. I lied. This is where we get all of the black wool in the world. This is Joe's Sheep Emporium. And yeah, I just thought it'd be really cool to have just a huge sheep farm. So basically, there's so many sheep here. Oh, and a cow randomly. There are so many sheep here that you can shear nonstop, and you'll always have more sheep to shear because they eat fast enough that it works out fine. So yeah, so every little thing, like if there's a bridge there, we try to make it interesting. Maybe not the greatest bridge ever, but at least it's not just planks going across water. Everything we try to do is a complete world, So yeah, that's Joe's Sheep Emporium, and along the same theme, if you follow the road this way, I meant to be given coordinates. Darn it! I meant to give coordinates. I forgot. I'll put a list in. I'll put a list down. Okay, but you can follow the road. You can follow the road and get to everywhere. This is the town of Derry. It's our cow farm. Again, we tried to make a free range sort of cow farm. I think it worked out really well. There's a slaughtering house, all that stuff. Monk really took the lead on this project, and yeah, it turned out nicely. It's not, what I love about a single multiplayer world is it's not exactly the way I would have done it, but I love that because it makes the world look varied. Not everything. If I build everything, a lot of the houses would look kind of the same. I should say, and I'll say this in the next episode, in episode 1 of season 2, but in this world, we don't just go off and do our own thing. We build together. Now, I might build a house on my own, and someone else might build a house on their own, but they're in the same town, in the same area. It's not like you just go off, find a place, and build your own house. We really work. We work as a group. Everything is community. I should have said that on the top, but I didn't. Everything is community in this world. So everything except for your tools, basically. This is the town. This is the city of Port Bray. This is our capital. Our capital city of House Denal. I think we should walk through this. So, this capital city is where the castle of Denal is and where the family rules from and all that kind of stuff. The best thing about this is, though, this is where the fast travel system goes through. So we do have a fast travel system, and I will get to that right now. So, for example, if you want to get to the town of Kalaho, you can take that ship right there with the oak on it, because Kalaho's major export is oak. So, so let's go over here, and here's what you do. You just go in the captain's quarters, you check out the sign, it'll tell you where you're going, you press the button, and when you come out, you are in the exact same ship, which is now traveled to Kalaho. So this is the fast travel system that we have. Now, before I go any further, while I'm here, because I forgot, this is Howard's Tower. It's one of my favorite parts of Kalaho. When settlers were first going between Kalaho and somewhere else, they found this ruined tower from the War of the Second Age, and they lived in it for a little while and decided to just stay and put up roots. And that's how the town of Kalaho started. So it is a fortified, walled city or town. They're the mayor's house. That's a really sweet oak farm. That's awesome. And yeah, this is the town. It's fairly large. I would say it's fairly medium. It's not as big as Port Bray, but you can get the idea pretty well here. And while we're here, another little hamlet that I forgot about is we have the hamlet of Oak Grove, which is, again, it's another procedurally generated village, Minecraft village, and I didn't want to just destroy it or leave it. I wanted to change it, so we changed it. So we added to it, and yeah, here we go. This is Oak Grove, which this is actually where the oak farmers of Kalaho live. And yeah, there's actually some villagers left alive, which is amazing. Yeah. This is Oak Grove. And there's nothing much to see here. Basically, just planted some custom oak trees. Actually, not even custom. Really, they're the big oak trees within some extra logs. But yeah, and then trying to fence off the farms. Nothing big, but I think it makes a big difference. So that's the only hamlet there. We'll take the ship back to Port Bray and look around Port Bray. And I think that's it. I think I actually covered the whole world in one take, which I didn't think that I would. I thought I was going to be cutting like crazy. But part of this beauty of this world, actually my favorite thing about this world, is how everything's interconnected by roads. And everything has lore and everything has a story behind it. That is really important, I think. So, we're back in Port Bray. Let's take a look around Port Bray. This is basically all I've worked on from episode 200 to episode 250 with a lot of help. Port Bray's major export is stone, but also ice. And these are the stone docks of Port Bray. Now, in future seasons, as we go, you're going to be able to put ships here and then take these ships to other places in the world. So we'll always still be going through Port Bray. Port Bray is kind of the capital of the world. It's going to be the biggest port that there is. Basically, my plan is bring the stone docks the whole way around. So this is a big horseshoe shape. And like here, this is going to season 2. Right now there's no boat, so there's just the magic of a command block right now. That's a Church of the End. Up there you can see, again, the Gothic Church of the End feel. They all look the same. Port Bray actually has a Church of Netherism, which we can go look at. Let's walk through the docks to get over there. I really enjoy this. I enjoy the immersion of this area. I really think the docks are nice. This is where, like, basically there are mine rails that come from the mines or the smelteries over this area. This is where traders would bring their stuff, and you can, walk through the market here and get, like, there's a mine rail and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we tried to make it really interconnected. Here's a little marketplace, which I think is worked out really nicely. You can see a little bit better from up on top here. Yeah, it's just a cool little nook and cranny over there. Let's go up to the castle. Why not? Oh, there's a horse. Let's take the horse. I had a horse. Wonder where I left it. I don't remember. Okay, so we'll go up the castle. First castle I've ever built in Minecraft, believe it or not. After all these years of playing, I built a really kind of crappy one in a modded series once, but this is the first sort of true castle I ever built, and it turned out really nicely, I think. You just go up this tower. The story behind Port Bray is it never fell in the Second Nether War. It was kind of the last bastion of hope. And part of the reason why is because the castle's up on this big mountain. This is an eternity tree. Oh, yeah, you can't get the horse through here. I forgot about that. I was meaning to change that and I never get around to it. The eternity tree, and it's the only holiday. On the 28th of every month, people celebrate Eternal Day or Eternity Day in the realm. Yeah, the castle, it's about half finished interior. There are some nice interior parts. There are some not as nice interior parts. Like that's not quite as nice. That's not what I thought. I thought that was the dining hall. Dining hall's through here. So like you can see, there's some finished stuff. Some interiors are not my greatest forte, but here's where King Danal would sit, entertain his subjects, that kind of stuff. For such a big castle, it's a fairly small throne room, isn't it? But yeah, I think the castle turned out really well. For the first one I ever built, I actually got JermseyBoy's help again on this a little bit, and some of the other folks have really helped out. DNA helped out a lot with storage. Who else? Cohen actually helped out a lot building the initial. This whole mountain is actually a fake mountain. But yeah, we have storage underneath the castle there. Nothing really to see, but yeah, I think it's pretty good. You know, it's pretty good. I've been working hard on sort of filling the space of this world, of this castle in particular, but of this whole world. And it's not as easy as you might think to fill up all this space because this is a rather large area. Is that a shulker? It is a shulker. I'm gonna take it with me. I've been collecting shulkers for season 2 all over the world. There's another horse. And yeah, so let's. Oh, I was gonna spectator mode. I'm so used to it, but okay. So here is the idea behind this castle. House Danal is the most tolerant of the houses. They're okay with all 3 religions, even Netherism, which is worshiping the Nether, even though the Nether is at war with the rest of the world. Still, they're tolerant. So this is a Netherism shrine. This is a tower of the Church of the End with the Church of the End colors. And this is supposed to be a Church of Man, which is actually, it might be semi-completed. I think I do remember coming in and kind of not completing it, but I built a lot of bookcases at least. Yeah, so Church of Man, the idea is Church of Man is all about knowledge and stuff like that. So we did try to build like a bit of a book library situation here. It turned out okay. That is a lot of leather that we've gone through on this. A lot of leather. Oh yeah, some caskets. Right. I was like, what are we gonna do with this last little level? But yeah, it's pretty good. So we got some stuff there. I think that is okay. It's okay. And we will take a look around the rest of this city, and then we're basically done. I really like, man. Look how busy that is. Look at that. I love it. I love it. I love this. I feel like such a artistic achievement. Down here, actually, I should leave that off. Down here, you got a crane because this is an ice farm. Ice only in extreme hills. You got to be up to a certain height to get ice. So yeah, so we have the ice farms up there, and then the story is that they would lower it down on the crane, and again just interconnect all this stuff around here. This is sort of a Netherism shrine, fire shrine, which the idea is that people would sit and stare into the flame and try to get inspired in that way. And yeah, here's the white square marketplace. That was a difficult build to work that out. Just some houses, normal stuff, you know, got a super smelter, all this stuff. This is one of my favorite things. This is a little tribute to my 2 boys, Harrison and Lincoln, right there. I built them some statues, my 2 little guys. And let's see, what else do we got? Oh, we have an end portal here. So mostly in this world, the end portals are, if there is one, it's behind bars or behind some sort of fortress or something to protect against an invasion. Well, this one was opened by the zombie pigmen. So you can see the world is at war. We do have fire tickets off, which is important. Also, mob griefing is off. As a builder, that's the way that is going to be. Man, it even looks like there's more on fire than last time I was here. I wonder if someone lit some fires here. That feels different. But yeah, so the zombie pigmen opened up this nether portal and invaded. Now they were fought back according to the lore. We wrote all this about a battle in the lore here, but yeah, I think that was fun. That's a fun to me. That's a fun look. I really like it. And over here, we have just a little outside the walls place. And this is my quarry. Now, this was all built. This was all, basically all this stone from this quarry became the mountain and the castle. Because we dug out from about maybe here, where I am, the whole way down to Y11, as you can see on that. But then we tried to make it look good. You know, and that's really, that's an important thing for me, is to not just build something because we need it, but to also make it look good. So, I feel like we have hit all of the parts of Season 1. I think we have. If I left out a place, then I apologize, but I'm pretty sure we did. Now, I'm going to have a world download attached to this that you can grab. I also really cannot possibly recommend enough to grab the texture pack download as well. Oh, there's one more build, but I'll show you it really quick. There's one more place. There's a banking clan, which is going to be, it's an independent kingdom. It's going to be part of Season 2, because it's quite unfinished. The idea of the banking clan is it's a block exchange. You can exchange a full chest of anything, cobble, stone, sand, ender pearls, whatever, for a full chest of building blocks like diorite, andesite, granite, that kind of stuff. Not for diamonds, not for any of that, just for stuff that basically you can get in the world, but if you want in huge quantities, then it's a bit of a pain. So the idea is, if you fill this chest up with anything, then you will get a full chest of gravel there. And over here is what, diorite probably. Up here I think one is andesite and one is path block, actually. I think this is path block. Again, we're still work in progress on this. A long way to go here, but that's going to be part of Season 2. This is also going to be our villager trading hall right over there eventually, whenever someone gets to it. And again, you know, every time we have a boat that takes you somewhere, we build the exact copy of the boat in that place, so it really looks like the boat sailed. Now, if you know how Minecraft works, the boat doesn't actually move, but it feels like it does. It feels like you go in the captain's quarters, you settle down, and then you are on the boat, the journey's over, all that kind of stuff. So we're back in Port Bray. The other fast travel system we have is going to Sandrascu, and I'll show you that by the Sandrascu jail as well, which is just right over here. We're already in Sandrascu, but I'll show you where the jail is. Wait, I lost it. Oh, it's over here. Okay. This is the jail. So there's a jail cart. So basically, you would go in the jail cart, you press the button, and you arrive in Sandrascu. And again, since everything's connected by roads, that's someone's horse. That's a really fast horse, actually. Then we're back in Sandrascu, and that's how that works. Because again, sometimes you just need some bone meal, and you don't want to ride your horse. Things in this world are fairly far away, as you've seen. You don't want to ride your horse for 30 minutes round trip to get like a stack of bone meal, so you can take the fast travel. As long as it's hooked up by roads, I don't care about the fast travel. That's fine with me. But I think that's it. I think I have said everything I need to say about this in a world tour. Hopefully we've been fairly good. We are, what, 42 minutes in? That's actually faster than my last world tour. I can't believe it. So, listen, if you enjoy this, world tour, please subscribe so you know whenever I either do a live stream on YouTube. I do all my live streams on YouTube. Tuesday and Friday right now at 1 p.m., although that's always subject to change with the kids and all that stuff. Or you can be notified when my new videos come out. I really do enjoy getting feedback. That's one of my favorite things about building this. That's kind of why I record it, just to take a sort of documentary style look at the world, and I think it's pretty cool. So if you enjoy this, subscribe and join me on my Discord. Right? I don't ask people to subscribe very often, but it actually would mean something to me to see that people are checking out and enjoying. Anyway, that's pretty much it, right? So thank you so much. I have had such an amazing journey getting to this point in Season 1. I can't wait to start Lake Town in Season 2 with some of my friends, some old friends, some returning friends, and some new friends are going to be joining us there. And I will see you guys there. I'm going to take about a week off. And then Season 2 from the Realm of Vasten starts. So I'll see you then, everyone. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.